Welcome back. Today, we're on part 6 in the Habits of Health series on the topic of healthy surroundings. So over the last few videos, we're basically covering the whole foundational aspects in the Habits of Health system. Healthy weight, eating and hydration, movement, sleep, mindset, and today the final one on the healthy surroundings. So here are some quick stats as normal. Do you know that more than 55% of insured Americans take some type of prescription medication for an ongoing chronic health condition? Do you know that you have a more than a 57 chance or higher of being obese if you're surrounded by people who already are? And I thought this last one was interesting too. Families only spend about 3 meals that are 20 minutes or longer together in a week. So again, the math is interesting. Do you count it as 3 meals a day, 2, or even 1? But when that is divided by the numerator of 3, it's a really small amount. And when you know about that number, and then you dig a little deeper, and you find out that more than 40% of American families are in a broken relationship. Now it all makes sense. The numbers typically don't lie. Here are 7 tips to deal with the topic on healthy surroundings. 1, your circles of influence. Who are your primary circles of influence? Who you interacting with every day? Your family, maybe your closest friends. And when you're interacting with these groups or these individuals, do you feel like you're on guard, or do you feel really open, right? Are you comparing yourself all the time, or is it just very easy and very smooth, right? Because when you're in that situation where you're stressed out, your cortisol level goes vertically up, right? So again, think about who your circles of influence really are. One of the things that I remember hearing years and years ago was that in any type of relationship, you're either moving forward or you're moving backwards. Very seldom are you staying stagnant. So again, you want to be around people who are encouraging you and growing you to moving forward every day. 2 is be honest with yourself, right? Look in the mirror, as a lot of these topics are, is you first step in any of these things is find out who you really are and be real with yourself. And when you're talking to people, maybe get some feedback and truly listen. Not waiting to respond, but listen. 3 is realize that, especially those who have kids, your kids are watching, right? They're watching very closely. They don't say anything. And one of the phrases, again, that I've heard is, I'm going to change this, is we should be, as parents, we should be do as I say and do as I do, not the opposite. 4 is the topic of smartphones, right? Put them down, put away the electronics, because when you have it in any type of relational interaction, it basically decreases the topic or the frequency of meaningful relationships. 5 is outdoors, right? Get outside, get out of the house, get out of the office, really go somewhere outdoors in nature and do a full reset. Find something that is different than your normal daily life and just get out. And even better, if you can drag those circles of influence out with you and interact, huge positive, very different. And number 7 is, a phrase that I remember is, you remember this, is if you want the results of the world, then act like the world. But if you want something different, then you'll need to be different. So let me know your thoughts on today's topic in a healthy surroundings, or even better, let me know your thoughts on this whole 6-part series in the Habits of Health, and what topics stood out for you the most. And I'll leave you with this inspirational picture that I saw. It's actually very interesting food for thought. So there's this picture of 2 individuals sitting on a bus, and the bus is moving down this windy mountain path, right? Person A basically is looking over one side of the bus, looking over like a nice scene, an ocean, and just pretty excited for life. Person B is looking on the other side of the bus, looking at the face of a cliff, right? The rock face of a mountain. Sad, very negative, pessimist, etc. from there. And what I thought was interesting is a lot of times we have, the optimistic versus the pessimistic way of looking at things. But this picture takes it even further, because the bus symbolizes life, right? Life moves on. We're going to go through ups, downs, lefts, rights, but we have a choice. We can go to a situation and look to the one side, person A being positive, or person B being negative. But life still moves on. And that's the interesting part of this. Life still moves on. It's how we want to look at it. So I encourage you with this whole Havoc Health series that we have a choice. You have a choice, right? How do we want to look at life? And can we make it better?